Why hiring in life sciences is broken and how to fix it. Introduction. The common frustrations of hiring in pharma and biotech. Why recruitment feels slow, expensive, and inefficient. The impact of bad hires on business performance. Welcome everyone to today's episode. Today we're diving into a topic that's close to our hearts in the pharma and biotech industry, hiring. If you've ever been involved in recruitment, you know it's not always smooth sailing. In fact, it often feels slow, expensive, and let's be honest, frustratingly inefficient. But why is that? Why does hiring in life sciences feel such a challenge? And more importantly, what's the real cost of getting it wrong? Bad hires don't just drain resources, they can derail the projects, damage the team morale, or even impact business performance. So today, we're going to explore why in pharma and biotech recruitment is broken and how importantly, how we can fix that. Main points for today's discussion will be mismatched expectations between hiring managers and candidates, the shortage of niche specialized talent in key areas, and why traditional hiring process fails in life sciences, the role of recruiters in bridging the gap, and finally the practical strategies to improve hiring speed and quality. Let's start with one of the most and biggest common frustrations, mismatched expectations. How many times have you seen a hiring manager looking for a unicorn candidate, someone with perfect mix of skills, experiences, and cultural fit, only to find that such person either doesn't exist or isn't interested? On the flip side, candidates tend to walk into interviews with unrealistic expectations about the role, the company, or the growth opportunities. This discussion can lead to prolonged hiring process, missed opportunities, and ultimately bad hires. And speaking of bad hires, let's talk about the shortage of specialized talent. In life sciences, we're dealing with highly specialized roles, whether it's R&D, regulatory affairs, or commercial operations. The talent pool is small and the competition is fierce. Companies are fighting over the same candidates, which drives up the costs and slows down the process. But here's the thing, traditional hiring processes aren't equipped to handle this level of specialization. Posting a job online and waiting for a resume to roll in just doesn't cut it anymore. So why do traditional hiring processes fall in life sciences? For starters, they're often too rigid. They rely heavily on CVs and standardized interviews, which don't always capture a candidate's true potential, their fit for the role. Plus, they're slow. By the time the candidate makes it through the process, they're often already accepted another offer. And let's not forget the role of recruiters. While they can be a huge help, they're not always aligned with the specific needs of a hiring manager or the nuances of the life sciences industry. But it's not all gloom and doom. There are practical strategies we can implement to improve hiring speed and quality. For example, we can start by rethinking how we define our job requirements. Instead of looking for a perfect candidate, maybe we should focus on finding someone with the right core skill set and the potential to grow. We can also leverage technology like AI-driven recruitment tools to streamline the process and identify top talent faster. And let's not underestimate the power of networking. In an industry as tight-knit as life sciences, personal connections can often lead to best hires. So what can we take away from all of this? First, it's time to rethink our hiring strategies. The old ways of doing things just aren't working anymore. We need to be more flexible, more proactive, and more open to new approaches. Second, there are quick wins for hiring managers. Start by clarifying your expectations and communicating them clearly to both candidates and recruiters. Use technology to your advantage and don't be afraid to tap into your network for referrals. Finally, I'd like to hear from you. What's been your experience as a hiring manager, recruiter, or a candidate in our industry? Have you found strategies that work for you, or the ones that don't? Let's keep the conversation going. You can share your thoughts in the comment section. We can do a poll, or feel free to suggest the topics that could be of interest to you. Together, we can crack the codes on hiring in the pharma and biotech industry.